their face is always mad. They can't say good morning to you. They can't say happy Sabbath to you. They can't say nothing. They're selfish. And then they're in church. You'll be shocked, man. Don't watch what people say. Watch what they do. I'm telling you. You have a lot of people in church who really, man, they'll turn you off from Christianity. A lot of young people that left the church because of their parents sometimes, right? They see their parents go home and talk bad about everybody. They would see like church is just this country club, this social club. And so with this, a lot of people are turned off. Our behavior is our biggest testimony and the biggest way we can be a light for Christ. You don't have to be well-spoken. You don't have to be a philosopher. You don't have to have a degree in theology. All you do is really just help me to act like you, Christ. Help me to react like you, Christ. Help me to think like you. But the good thing about Christ, he'll change your character, but he'll let you keep your personality. So if you can be serious about Christ, but still have a sense of humor. You can be serious about Christ and still like playing sports. You can be serious about Christ and still like exercise. I'm like, just because you get serious about Christ doesn't mean you have to throw your whole life away. No, you can be serious about Christ and still be a balanced individual, right? A lot of times, a lot of people I met through ministry has been in basketball. I'll be at the court, we playing ball, and we play ball, man. Guys are cussing like sailors, man. They cussing like sailors. And I'm like, nah, I'm not cussing, but you play clean. Don't cheat the score. You know what I mean? Like, there's a certain way where you can act and people are like, yo, what's up, man? You a cool dude. Yeah, what's up? Like, people will do these things. It can be the littlest thing that you're doing, but if you reflect Christ, eventually people will start to ask you questions. I had a couple of friends from high school that were going through hell. They found me through Facebook. They messaged me and they were like, yo, I remember, you used to be serious about God when you were in school. I'm going through some stuff right now. Can you please pray for me? I was shocked. My boys from the football team when I was in high school. And he was going through hell. He had gone through a divorce. He got married real early after school. And, he wasn't ready. And he got a divorce. And he was going through hell. And he just hit me up. And he was like, yo, I'm going through hell. He was like, yo, who can I go to in this time? And I would have never thought, if you asked me in high school, would this friend ever hit you up later to ask you to pray for them and for guidance? I would have been like, no way. But when you stand firm for Christ, man, without even forcing it, people will start to come to you. You don't have to force it. You don't got to preach a sermon to these people. It's really just being there for them and just being a good Christian, right, in your behavior. All right, so let me move quickly, okay? Oh, the other quote I love. Oh, man, the second quote. The best argument in favor of Christianity is a loving and lovable Christian. The best argument in favor of Christianity is a loving and lovable Christian. It's not how much you know. It's not about how well-spoken you are. It's not about what degree you have. The best argument, it's not about your church title. These people love their titles, love whatever position they have in church, whatever. Your title, your position does nothing for you. The best argument in favor of Christianity is a loving and a lovable Christian. A loving and a lovable Christian. Right here, y'all see a picture. On the far left is the world's most valuable brands in 2019. And you have some other stuff, right? So you have like a Bacon King Swiss from Burger King. This is an old cigarette commercial, smooth advertisement, smooth. There's a vape and there's a McDonald's thing. Listen, companies spend billions of dollars in promotions and advertising. And their job is to convince you that you need something that you don't need. You don't need Burger King, right? You don't need McDonald's. You don't need a cigarette. You don't need any of these things. But the reality is these people will find a way to convince you that you need these things. You've never seen a commercial. Somebody will have you. You ever see a commercial for some of these medicines? They'll have like a medicine, right? And they'll be like, yes, this medicine is XYZ medicine. And then they'll show the people in the commercial smiling and the family walking and holding hands and jumping and all this stuff. And then at the end of the commercial, they'll be like, by the way, side effects include death, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. They'll like say, yeah, they'll have these side effects that will like kill you. But the person in the commercial is smiling and happy. For them, they're saying, if we don't show a happy person, the person is not going to buy this. They're not going to promote something. Listen, if I'm trying to sell something to you, I can't sell it with people that don't look happy. I can't sell it with people that look sad. I need to sell it with people that look happy. They'll sell something that will kill you. And then they'll sell it with like people looking happy. Look, this McDonald's, man, that boy's smiling. The guy with the cigarette looks so cool. They spend money and they've learned that the way you portray your character plays a big part in whether someone believes they need that product or not. The way you portray your characters plays a big part in whether somebody believes they need that product or not. And so in Christianity, how are you portraying yourself? Right? Do we always look angry and upset? And always, what does it say? What are we producing? We've got to be what you call a walking billboard for the Lord. You literally walk by you. What does the billboard say? When people come in contact with you, what does the billboard say? What type of walking billboard are you? You're always angry and mad and upset and moody and this and that. Come on, that's a reflection that maybe we're not as close with God as we need to be. And so what happens is we really struggle with these things. And we do a bad job being a walking billboard for the Lord. I'm going to share the story quick of my friend. I got a friend of mine who had a real tough life, okay? His father was locked up for drug charges his whole life. I think his pops just got out of prison, wow, either last year or the year before. His mother was addicted to drugs his whole life, actually. So it wasn't even his grandma who raised him, it was his great-grandmother who raised him. So this gun, when she was super old, she couldn't raise him. He lived in a part of Brooklyn called Bed-Stuy. And the high school in Bed-Stuy is called Boys and Girls. When he was in junior high school, he had such a bad reputation. The principal at Boys and Girls High was like, "Now you're not coming over here." He had to go to a high school all the way to another neighborhood. And there he dropped out. He never finished. I remember he told me, he's like, "Yo, if I was one of your students," he goes, you wouldn't have liked me, John." He's like, "I was just a terror in class." And he goes, "And it's because I just had so many issues going on at home, man. I had no money. I had no food. I had no family. I was hurt." So he gets locked up later in his life. He gets locked up. He goes to prison. And I'm like, okay, what happened? Because he became a Christian in prison. So he gets locked up. I said, "So what happened when you got locked up?" He says, "First thing when you go to prison, man, it's a lot of gang stuff. Like guys want to know if you blood, if you Crip, if you whatever, all this other stuff. What you said, where you from? They want to know where you from, whatever, etc. when you get to prison." And then he was like, "I wasn't really with that. I was just about me. I was about making money. I didn't care about who is this. I didn't care about this clique or that clique. I was about making money." Anyway, he said, there was a guy in the prison who looked after him. And the guy in the prison saw that he didn't, like he was chilling on his own. The guy in the prison name was Brother Joe, an older gentleman, probably in his late 40s, early 50s. Brother Joe went to my friend. He said, "Yo, you need money for phone calls? I got you." Boom. He gave money for phone calls. He said, "Yo, you need toothbrush? I got you. You need toothpaste? Got you. You need this? Got you." Everything my friend needed, he would look out for him. And then one day, Brother Joe was like, "Yo, we got a little prison Bible study. If you want to come through, you can come through." So my friend didn't care about the prison Bible study. But because he didn't want to be caught up with the gang stuff and all the beef and drama, he was like, "It'll give me something to do. Let me go kill my time at the prison Bible study." He goes to the Bible study and he falls in love with the word of God, literally. Then Brother Joe actually got transferred later. And but before Brother Joe gets transferred, he gives my friend these pamphlets, Amazing Facts pamphlets, that says, "I want you to take control of the Bible study." My friend took control. That's how he found out about the Sabbath. That's how he found out about a lot of things. He literally became a Christian in prison because somebody cared about him and treated him right. Brother Joe didn't preach a sermon to him right away. Brother Joe just looked out for him. Brother Joe was being a light for him in a time that